Centerville beat Alter 24-7 on Friday night, September the 10th, in a showdown at Centerville Stadium between two of the Dayton area's top programs over time. Alter entered the game undefeated and ranked number 1 in the state in the J.J. Huddle Ohio High Power Poll for Division IV. They remain the two-time defending state champions in Division IV for the state of Ohio. Centerville, on the other hand, has long been the Dayton area's dominant Division I football franchise, falling just short of the splendor of the Big Four from Cincinnati, meaning Xavier, Elder, Moeller, and Coleraine. Despite that, they too entered the game undefeated and ranked number 4 in Division I in the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Centerville had not played Alter, despite the proximity of the two schools, seriously only 4 or 5 miles apart, since like 1967, so it's been 43 years since they've played. The area has wondered what would happen if the two did meet, and unfortunately now they know. There's a reason there are weight classifications in boxing and wrestling, and why there are divisions in Ohio high school athletics. That was made abundantly clear on Friday night. Alder played well. Make sure you note that. They did as well as any Division IV team could possibly do against a team as loaded as Centerville. Alter, which entered the game averaging 397 yards a game on the ground, were held to -2 yards rushing. So Ed Domsites and the rest of his Knights should be commended for having scheduled this game. Meanwhile, the circus that was associated with the pregame was just amazing to behold. There were no less than 12 or 13,000 people at this event. 2,000 to 3,000 of them were hanging around the end zones and on a hillside adjacent to the stadium. Alter only ran 42 offensive plays all night. 20 of those were passes. They completed 9 for 186 yards. The Knights' lone score was an 83-yard fourth-quarter punt return by John Griffith, which of course you can see in these very highlights. Something else you might want to check out pretty closely in these highlights is number 63 for Centerville. That's Michael Bennett. He's a defensive lineman recruit for Ohio State, and he's something to watch. He's also an integral part of the Centerville offensive line. They actually use him for more snaps on offense than they do on defense, but they recognize it in college. A defensive lineman he will be. Watch the tape highlights and you'll understand why that's the case. He's pretty much unblockable. That other Elk defensive lineman who's unblockable, that would be Kyle Rose, and he's a West Virginia commitment. Centerville had 332 yards of total offense. 246 of those were rushing. Chris Barr led the way with 124 yards and 26 carries. John Overstreet, the quarterback, added a touchdown with 63 yards and 19 carries. For the Elks, the fun never seems to stop. The scheduling insanity continues next week when they host Cleveland St. Ignatius.
fault for that. The early fumble was
we didn't get the offense going.
Offensively, we never really got into it. I think it's a tribute to the fact that they're a heck of a football team. We're not so bad ourselves. We're a pretty good football team ourselves, and they earned the win. There's no question. Defense. I thought our defense at times had its moments. I think when you put a defense in a situation where they don't control the ball, I felt coming in we had to be able to control the ball, keep their offense off the field, and we weren't able to do that. We better move off the side.
You know, what made that atmosphere as good as it was tonight was all the people, all the players and coaches who've gone through both schools. I mean, you know, it wasn't just the two teams this year, although both very good football teams. It was, you know, it was Bob Gregg. It was all the past Centerville Elks. So many, I mean, hundreds of them here tonight. I'm sure the same thing Alder was telling me before the game. Some of the kids who talked to him this weekend. It's great that both programs really embrace the tradition and don't let the players forget why they have opportunities like this tonight. And so, you know, a big thank you from me goes out to Bob Gregg, and all the great players here at Centerville High School. I mean, Kirk Herbstreit calls last night and talks from Tuscaloosa over speakerphone to our players out there. Gives him a heck of a speech. And then he texted me about 3 o'clock today and said he's trying to get on a private jet to get here because he can't miss the game. And his sister tells me out there he came this close to making it work. You know, Nuge is back here. Leaves practice, he jumps in his car and flies up here. He comes here when they're leaving tomorrow, like 2 o'clock for the Patriots game. And he talks to the team before the game tonight. And just so many people like that made it possible. I mean, just an unbelievable atmosphere, unbelievable game. I came in here with just a totally different atmosphere. Our guys are pretty businesslike as it is. Wow. My biggest concern tonight was to make sure that they weren't overly ready at 5:30. And then all of a sudden 2 hours goes by and they've lost that edge because they were, I would have been shocked if they didn't play a very good game after watching them inside here before the game. It's focused. These guys are, I think a lot of that comes with experience, and some of these guys have played for my guys really impressed me.